Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, September the 18th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Only took 3 trades today, so let's go over them. And the first one was OI. Now, OI was basically one that we had watched yesterday, traded it yesterday. And the reason being is that let's take a look at the daily chart here. And you can see here that this is yesterday's daily candle. And so this is Thursday. This is today, Wednesday, Tuesday. So here's where it closed on Tuesday at about 31.30. And when it went through here, it was basically nothing stopping it from going, no support anyway, and no near-term visible support. So this had just a disastrous day yesterday, and it closed near the low of the day. This little tail here, it's a little higher than that tail, but it closed near the low of the day. And so to me, this was one that had to be watched again today just to see what would happen. So that's in essence, that's exactly what I did. And so if I bring up the 5-minute candles here, you can see here's where it closed yesterday, and it immediately started down. And I took a look at this and I was waiting for the second break of the whole number of 28, and that's when I got in. And I shorted it at 27.90. And bottom line is that it didn't work. And let me just see this. Now, I had said that I was going to get out at 28.01. I notice here that it actually got to 28.01. I must have missed that because I had a stop in at 28.01, just over the whole number, and it kept bumping up against it. You can see right here that this actually went through it, but I don't know why. I must have missed it. But all these were just butting against it, and I thought right here, okay, now it's going to keep going down. But it didn't happen, and so on this candle here, I exited the trade right at 28. I took a 10-cent loss on it. Now the next trade was MPEL. Now this is actually one that I didn't trade yesterday, but one of the posters in the room, John, had pointed this out to me yesterday, and I didn't get into it, but it looked appealing to me this morning, so I'd had it already thumbnailed. Again, this is yesterday's candle. This is the day before, so you can see. Let me expand this. Again, these are daily candles. Let me just expand this a bit. So when I see a candle like this, where the big tail is down here, that means that the sellers tried to take over, or sorry, the sellers tried to knock it down, but the buyers eventually took over on huge volume too, and drove it back up. Now it came back down yesterday, but again the buyers took over. So I thought, okay, let's take a look at this one today and see if there's a trade in it. And so I actually got into the trade at 27.38. And I was out at two stages, 27.69 and 27.70. I see it hit a high at 28.06, but it wasn't a bad trade in that there's something that, again, it was you could call it from my daily watch list because obviously I was going to watch it, so that came from the daily watch list. And it just had that look about it of something that was going to continue up. And so when I saw this little pattern, this is not the greatest pattern. I don't want to suggest that this is a great pattern to trade from, but for me it just had the look of something that was going to continue up. And I had a pretty tight stop on it. I mean, I was going to get out right here at 27.26. So excuse me, it was only an 8-cent stop. I'm sorry, it was my math, 12-cent stop on it. So I thought it was a good risk, and it turned out very good. And the last one was CVE, and this came from the bounce strategy. And again, here are all the down candles coming down. These are 5-minute candles again. So here I had a number of them consecutively down. And so watch it come down through the whole number, 28.94. I was telling the room I would like to see it above this candle right there, which was 29.11. Now, at that time, I was hoping it was just going to hold the whole number, but it actually came down and broke through. But I didn't lose sight of it, luckily. And so at this point, when it popped back up, and I see this, you know what? I see this a lot now. I see a lot of times that the stocks go through the whole number and then they pop right back up. and it's almost like they're teasing people, thinking, okay, now we can short you. You're going through the whole number and it's going to continue down. And so the original premise was still intact. I wanted to take it above 29.11, so I took it at 29.12. And I exited here at 29.31 and got a little greedy, I guess. 29.42 at the high, and I kept holding on, thinking it might. Actually, that's wrong. I remember saying, I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a computer virus, I think, and it's sort of driving me nuts. I'm gonna have to deal with it. But I do remember saying in the room that this was probably going to be more like a scalp because I was looking at this area right here, thinking it was going to have a tough time to get through here. I call this a little shelf area, and at 29.48. So here, I really should have got out of it. I should have, right here, I should have got out of it as it tried to move its way up. But I waited a little bit long, and so I only got out at 29.27. Still profitable trade, and recognizing that it was probably more like a scalp trade. This is not my ideal bounce situation when I see a little shelf here, because 1, 2, 3, you get 20 minutes worth of potential resistance to go through here. And so I much rather not see this, but see just a continuation down. But I'm finding it's getting a little more difficult to find some trades today, or not just today, but right now. So I guess file this one under, you got to take what you can get, and this was exactly that. So that's it for today. Another short video. Hopefully I can deal with this. Hopefully it is not a computer virus, and I can deal with this and get on track for tomorrow. So I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. Let me just bring up the cover page again. Here's the address to get in. And again, hope to see you in the room tomorrow.